there, and welcome to another intriguing It's a Mystery, where we attempt to solve all kinds of mysteries, from the super spooky to the wonderfully weird. Now, on this week's show, our two mystery investigators, Shelley Blond and Ben Jones, help to get to the bottom of some of the most unbelievable stories you're ever likely to hear. We discover what bizarre incidents caused the evacuation of a major international airport. And how can a man see someone that's there 1 minute and gone the next? And we reveal for the first time on national television the identity of an amazing creature which can live in solid rock. Do you know what? Some of the best mystery stories happen to be those with the most bizarre explanations. And it's amazing how two totally unconnected incidents can have a common twist. So, it's a mystery how these quite different stories are related. And believe me, they don't come weirder than this one.
Keith Allen worked for Sweet Toys, a well-known confectionery and toy wholesaler in the Northwest. Every morning he'd load up his van with all sorts of goodies, delivering to shops and businesses in the local town. One of the first stops on his busy round was at a nearby zoo. The zoo sold lots of his company's products in the souvenir shop.
I'll put the delivery around the back. Just sign for it, that'd be great.
Sure. There you go.
Cheers. Is it OK to have a look at the snakes?
Of course you can. You always do.
Cheers, Pauline.
Bye.
Bye.
Keith was a real animal lover. Often whilst making his deliveries, he would stop to look at the animals. He was especially keen on the exotic snakes. Keith spent a few minutes marvelling at the wonderful creatures before going back to his van and going off to his next delivery. Keith was driving along when he heard a weird noise coming from the back of the van. He pulled into the side of the road and opened the back doors to investigate. It was like a dull rattling and ticking noise, and it was coming from the vicinity of his bag. Within a split second, he thought he knew what was making the noise. Scared out of his mind, he backed as far away as he could from the van.
So, OK, a delivery man is doing his normal rounds when he hears a noise that scares him. So what was it? And how could it be related to this?
Meanwhile, a few hundred miles away at the Southern International Airport, Mr. and Mrs. Owens and their two children are at the checking-in desk, getting ready for the holiday of a lifetime in Marbella. Are you sure you turned the water off?
Of course I have, Pet. Now, for goodness sake, Susan, will you just stop worrying?
They were on their way to departures, getting more excited by the minute when they heard something which made them stop dead in their tracks.
I'm afraid you're going to have to come with me.
This is a security announcement. A strange ticking noise coming from a piece of the Owens luggage had created a major security alert.
Security announcement. Everyone make their way out of the building, please, as soon as possible. Come on, quickly. That's it, just through there, just over there, love. Quickly, quickly. Everyone out of the building, please.
At the same time, over 200 miles away, Keith Allen was still terrified because he thought a rattlesnake had escaped from the zoo and got into his van.
A terrified man backs away from his van because he thinks he can hear a rattlesnake that's escaped from the zoo in amongst his packages. And then, a few hundred miles away, an entire airport is evacuated because of a strange ticking noise coming from a piece of the Owens luggage that's suspected to be a bomb. So, OK, what have they possibly got in common?
Well, in both cases, someone heard something which sparked off a panic reaction. In both cases, the noise was actually created not by a rattlesnake or a bomb, but by a package in amongst Keith Allen's deliveries and a box of toys in the Owens luggage full of these things. Mexican jumping beans. They're beans which move about and sort of jump, and they were discovered years ago and became an incredibly popular toy. In the spring, a Mexican moth lays eggs in the flower of a particular tree. The flowers turn into seed pods, which have still got eggs inside them. The eggs then grow into caterpillars, and when the pod falls off the trees with the wriggling caterpillars still inside and alive, well, this is what makes the pods move. The pods jump about like this, and if they knock against each other, they can appear to tick. Because the caterpillar is fed by the bean, it can live up to 500,000 jumps. So, as the caterpillar wriggles around, it could sound a bit like a rattlesnake or even a ticking bomb, causing all that confusion in the airport and in the back of the van.
God, who'd have thought that such a tiny little thing like this could cause such confusion and commotion? Still, mystery solved.